The following podcast is recommended for mature audiences only. The following podcast is recommended for adults only. Maturity is not a requirement.
Hello and welcome to episode 28 of Dear Download, a podcast where we get to share our most intimate and treasured memories of Download Festival. We'll talk about each year, the bands we saw, the bands we missed, and everything else noteworthy that happened across the weekend. Also, we'll touch upon any news, other festivals, and the music industry past, present and future. This week we're talking about a few different things. We're talking about Bloodstock, mostly I think, but we're going to add a few other things in there as well. I'm Adam, and I'm here with Simon.
Hello, sir.
Hello, how you doing, man?
I'm good, mate. I'm good, man.
Good. A good couple of weeks since we last spoke.
Yeah, really good. Not much has happened, really. Just a couple more things on the house front. Just picked out some stuff for the house and shit like that. But yeah, nothing much, really. I'm just, we're going, I'll be leaving for camping tomorrow. So we're going to Far Peak Camping, which is like a little camping place with some friends from Londinian. My brother and sister are coming up from Bournemouth, so yeah, doing that this weekend. But apart from Bloodstock coming up, nothing much has really been happening.
Good, awesome.
What about you, brother?
Me, I've been working a lot, working a hell of a lot, and I was having a nap before we recorded this. But I also got a lot of stuff we're sorting out as well. We've got to remortgage our house. And we got to add the Help to Buy that we borrowed onto it. But I don't like people wanting things from me. I didn't want to go into this too much. It's going to be boring for a lot of people, but it's been a stressful couple of weeks for me because I've had a lot going on. I've had to change our car insurance. I've been trying to sort this remortgage out. Having to deal with Soren's school. Just loads and loads of little things that, like, I've sent so many emails recently, and I hate sending emails. Well, I don't hate sending emails, but I hate it when someone's emailed you and you're like, they're waiting for me to reply. They
is it
need
just loads of admin? You've had loads of admin to do. Yeah, admin is boring. Yeah, totally. I get it.
It's just
people wanting documents. Can you sign this? Can I have a copy of this? Can you do this? I totally get it. I just want
to get home and have a coffee and relax, not get home and go, shit, what do I need to do now? Oh, shit, this is late. Oh, no, that's late. But yeah, so it's been stressful because there's been so many at once as well.
Yeah.
But
it's quite a lot of things to do at one time.
Yeah. It's all come at once. Yeah. It's all me having to deal with it, which is really annoying.
I'm so glad Vicky is my admin person because she just tells me to send the money. I go, where do you want the money and what documents do you want? And I send her whatever money she requests, whatever documents she does the rest, which is great. Which means I don't have that bit of stress that you've got with doing the actual admin yourself.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, no, all good, man. All good.
Awesome. What do we talk about now? We talk about what's new.
Have you got any news?
I was going to say we're normally talking for about 20 minutes before we get to the news. That's not very much.
Yeah, but not much has really happened.
20 minutes.
So we don't really have that much to talk about.
This is weird. Oh, well. Anyway, we said we were going to try and make this one a bit of a shorter one anyway, because we both got a lot of stuff coming up. Like you said, you're going camping. I'm going to Scotland in a couple of days. I don't know how I'm going to get this episode edited in time for it to be released on Sunday, but so it might be a bit of a live episode because I haven't edited. See, that sort of thing normally gets cut out, but if you heard it, I didn't have time to edit.
Well, it was in there. If it's in there, there you go.
Before we go to the news, I wanted to talk about the ultimate lineup that we've been doing. I don't know should I talk about that now or as part of the news? Now, I think it's probably a better idea.
Talk about it now, yeah.
Yeah. So since last episode, I've been doing the ultimate lineup of Download Festival, basically taking each band from each slot from each year, if that makes sense. So I've been doing the Friday headliners, and I haven't finished it yet. I was hoping to be doing a video a day. But I got fed up of doing those videos. It was taking me about an hour and a half per video to to post it to everything I've wanted to post it to and
They're
change
cool
the video.
though. Really
I know,
cool videos.
I was super proud of what I did, but it's a lot of work to be doing lots and lots of videos. So I've got to work out a different way of doing it. Hopefully the Friday headliner would have finished by now. I'm going to say right now, Slipknot won it, because then that puts me under pressure to finish it before this comes out.
There you go. Well, we done a little sort of, it was a really cool idea. And I think that if we look through the actual setup itself and who beat who, I think that Slipknot is a fair winner.
Yeah.
Of the Friday lot. There were some hard ones in there though, where I'm like, oh. But like you said, the Friday one's quite hard. The Saturday one's going to be even harder. So
yeah, definitely. I was just going to get the I have added a link to our Discord on everything. You can come and join the Discord. You can come and join our Discord and vote, because we're going to be doing it on the Discord, doing the voting, and you can choose which band to win each sort of head to head. And I was going to go to it, and because I've written down what all the bands for the Saturday will be.
Oh yeah, give me a wow.
It's going to be interesting, because you've got Iron Maiden, Linkin Park, Black Sabbath, Metallica. Well, I knew all of them. That was the first four. The Offspring, Slipknot. So the Slipknot could be there twice. They could be headlining Friday and Saturday if they win it. Ratum, Soad, Muse, Biffy Clyro, and Guns N' Roses.
Oh, it's a lot of big acts in there, man.
Yeah, so I think that one is going to be a bit more interesting than... Well, not interesting, a bit more harder to choose.
Yeah.
So, which is why I want a lot more people to come and vote for it, because it'll be a fairer thing. It's only like Faith No More. I wouldn't have put Faith No More beating Kiss, but because it was just you and Leader, me, you and Adam Leader who voted, and you both like Faith No More, then it beat them, which is fair, because that's how we did it. But I never would have expected that at all. So the more people we have, I think the fairer the voting will be. Yeah. Other people, if there were lots of people, it could have ended up with Faith No More beating. Was it Kiss and AC/DC? I think they beat.
I think so. Yeah. It'll be interesting. Yeah, it'll be good. Be good to see. So head over to the Discord, guys, or message us on anything. But we'd like you to join the Discord, because we want to get a real good sort of like conversation going over there. But anything you can message us on. If you see one of the videos and you're like, oh, I want that head to head. I want this player. Just message us and comment or anything, and we will add your vote to our voting system. Because like Ad said, this is going to be a really interesting one, because there's some big names in there. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it, dude.
But I think it's also going to be more interesting the further down you get as well, when you get to sort of the fourth person or fourth band or fifth band on, because there's not going to be any of the standout massive names there. It's all going to be sort of what's the thing? I was going to say like games, you get AAA titles. The AAA bands are the headliners, but like just a few down from that, they're all going to be very good bands. But probably no one's. It's probably going to be like that. Nobody stands out as a clear winner at first look. So I think it's going to be very
thinking.
Interesting. Come and join us. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to be doing like the minute long videos for each one after I've finished the Friday. I'll probably do something, maybe like a 10-15 second video or something like that. Because I don't just want to post a picture out and say this is who won this one. I want to do something a bit more interesting, but it's not that doesn't take me an hour and a half every day, basically.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so I just wanted to touch on that a little bit at first, because I think it's cool, and I want other people to join us. Should we go into the news? Was there anything else you want to add before we do that?
No, man. Let's news and release it up.
Awesome. Well, you got loads of news, haven't you? I haven't actually got really any.
I've got loads of new releases to discuss, so we shall discuss these.
Awesome. Well, Simon, come in with the news then, please.
Bring it in. Go, pass Si. But this is the news. We've got news coming for you now. Just shut up. The news is going to come now. This is the news.
Excellent. Well, what do you have first then for us?
First of all, have you heard the new Slipknot track?
Yes.
What did you think?
I wasn't overly impressed. I mean, it was okay. It's Slipknot, but there's nothing. It's okay. You know, there's nothing spectacular about it, I would say.
Well, yeah, I have in my exact notes. So Slipknot released a song called "The Dying Song." It's all right, really predictable. When I was listening to the song the first time, I thought, "Here comes the singing part. Here comes the next bit.
Yeah.
Then this is the bit." Now, I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing because Slipknot do what they do very well.
Yeah.
But I don't think that the vocal hook or anything on this song was great. I don't even think that the production on this song is that great. I think that the production on the last album sounds much better than it does on this. I'll give it another listen, but when I first heard it, I thought, some people have said to me they're trying to make it sound like old Slipknot.
Yeah.
Like Iowa, Slipknot. Why? Why? I don't. Why would I want to hear Slipknot from 20 years ago? I've already heard Slipknot from 20 years ago.
Last episode.
Yeah,
and then you said it was fine.
yeah, but I want to hear new Slipknot. I don't want to hear an album that's produced to sound like Iowa because this isn't Iowa.
Yeah.
So I just know stuff like that. I don't want to go backwards. I want to go. You can take stuff from the past and put it into now, but I don't want someone to produce an album to make it sound like it's an album from 20 years ago. That's just pointless.
Okay, yeah.
If I want to listen to an album from 20 years ago, I'll go and listen to an album that was made 20 years ago. It doesn't make much sense to me. And there's another thing with Slipknot as well. I don't think Slipknot have done... Right, they've released really good singles. Like Slipknot normally... apart from this one, I don't even think that the Shouting Rag is that good either.
No,
but I think Slipknot have got a problem with albums. I don't think they've done an album that I consider to be good all the way through since All Hope Is Gone.
Right. I don't think I listened to that.
I think everything after that has been mediocre at best, album track wise. Singles, very good. There's been some really, really good singles. But yeah, I think just overall, general album wise, I don't think they've done anything great since All Hope Is Gone. So I was really hoping that Slipknot were going to pull something out the bag for this one. But the two tracks that I've heard so far are not getting me excited for the album. Well, I could be wrong. We could listen to the album and go, okay, these are the two weakest tracks on the album.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
But from the last couple of Slipknot albums, I probably don't think that that's going to happen. And it's probably just going to be another album that I listen to and go, yeah, it's all right. This is not great. But that's just my opinion. I'm sure loads of people love the last album. I'm not sure about the Grey Chapter, but the last one, people quite liked. It was okay. The singles were great. Don't think the album tracks are anything to write home about.
Yeah,
but
I've got to be honest. I haven't listened to really any of them since the third album. I think I wasn't. Was it Subliminal Verses?
Subliminal Verses.
Yeah,
that was a long time ago.
I know. I listened to it and I was like, oh, this isn't really going the right direction for me. I'm not really too keen on this album, and I just didn't give them a chance after that. Really.
No, well, the one after that is really good. Yeah, All Hope Is Gone. It's got Psychosocial on it. Dead Memories. So that's
that one.
Really fucking good album.
I'll give it a go.
Sulphur as well. It's got Sulphur on it. That's a good track.
I know I've heard that.
Yeah, there's loads of good stuff. But anyway, yeah, I'd recommend All Hope Is Gone. Whenever people do, these annoying magazines that do, best Slipknot albums from worst to best.
Yeah.
And they always put All Hope Is Gone last.
Really?
And I'm like, are you fucking serious? There's no way All Hope Is Gone is the worst at that album. No way. You can't count Make, Fear, Kill, Repeat because it was before Slipknot were really Slipknot, because that is by far the worst Slipknot album, if you're counting it. But yeah, it really annoys me. Whenever these lists, I'm always like, All Hope Is Gone, worst album. No, it's not. You're just doing a shitty list and you don't know anything about albums. It fucking drives me mad.
No, I'll give them a go. Do you know what? I'll give them a listen tomorrow, I think. I've just been living in a little Iron Maiden bubble for the last probably 2-3 weeks.
Okay.
I made myself an Iron Maiden playlist that has only things since only songs since Virtual 11. Didn't put any X Factor on there. Just all the best stuff since then. It's about 4.5 hours long. And
nice.
Literally, that's all I want to listen to. As soon as I get in the van at work, I'm like, I could put something different on today. No, I'm just going to just sit in this little bubble under my Iron Maiden comfort blanket.
I don't. Do you know what? Talking of Iron Maiden, I don't know if did we mention the coverage last time? How bad the download coverage was? We did, didn't we?
No, we didn't, because I haven't seen it and we haven't talked about it.
Okay, just quickly, let's just insert this in here. The download coverage was really bad. Like, it's gone down. Like, the performances were fine.
Yeah,
and the way it was shot was okay. But I mean, all from the main stage, nothing from the second stage. Interviews were boring as fuck. That presenter woman is terrible. She needs to go straight away.
But she's been, I'm sure, I saw
she's been
pictures of her. She's been there for a long time, hasn't she? Yeah.
Years. A long time. But I don't know, man. Let's just get someone with some, I don't know, just something else. Just a bit more, nothing against her personally. I'm sure she's a lovely person. But she doesn't have a kind of vibe to her. We need someone with a bit of edge or a bit of coolness or just something.
Yeah.
Just asking these bands the most boring, standard questions. It's horrible to watch. You know, you're watching something about download and you're fucking bored.
Yeah.
You're like, this is boring. It's about Download Festival. It should be exciting and it should be an advert for Download. If I didn't know what Download was and I watched that, I wouldn't want to fucking go to Download Festival. How about this? Looks boring. Just a bunch of fucking grebos. I'm not going to go to this shit. Like, it really annoyed me how bad it was. But I will say, the one thing I noticed, right? I love Iron Maiden to the moon and back.
Yeah.
But fucking hell, did they look old in that footage?
Did they?
Wow. Yeah.
I did think Bruce was looking a bit old. I mean, I said when we covered it, I didn't actually look at the stages that much. I had my eyes closed for most of it. But I did think he was looking a bit old.
I'd say I'm not saying they look bad because they are old. Do you know what I mean? And Bruce Dickinson is still amazing, jumping around, singing. Like you said, he sounded fantastic. The performance was great.
Yeah.
But it's the first time I look at them and I think, I can understand why a young person wouldn't like this.
Yeah.
And why people are going, do I really want to see... And, it's the same for Kiss and all these other old school bands. Does a 18-year-old who's just getting into rock and metal music want to watch someone's granddad wailing on stage? No matter how amazing these bands are, no matter how much they've done, the answer 99% of the time is going to be no. And it's just the first time I've really looked and noticed and gone, they look really like old people playing instruments. Where they never used to. Where now they genuinely look like old people.
Yeah.
And it was just quite jarring. I was just like, holy shit. Maybe I haven't noticed before, but fucking... You didn't notice when you were there, but on the footage, 4K doesn't do anything for anyone, but...
No.
Yeah, they're looking proper old. They were fantastic, really good. Love Maiden to the moon and back, but I'm just saying, it's just one of my comments. I really noticed it.
Yeah.
Kiss you can't because they got fucking makeup on, so
I was thinking
hiding themselves, which is okay. Like, you can still tell they look old, but they're it's a good thing to hide behind. Obviously, Maiden don't have that luxury, so it's just the first minute. But anyway, terrible footage. Don't watch the download. Well, watch it, but you won't be thrilled by it. It's boring as hell.
Yeah,
they really need to sort that out.
There's a lot of Biffy Clyro as well, wasn't there? Which a lot of people were complaining about.
I loved it. I thought all the performances were good. Although, oh my god, whoever mixed the Bury Tomorrow sound for that live performance needs to be taken outside and shot.
Okay.
Because I could have mixed it better with my eyes closed. It sounded bad. They made a good band sound. Yeah, it was a terrible mix, really bad. So when I noticed, I think they went from like Kiss, which sounded excellent, and I think they played Bury Tomorrow, and I was like, that sounds really bad. Why did they use this one?
Yeah.
It was bad. Yeah. It was a really good song as well. I love that song. It's Choke. I was like, it's a great song. I was like, oh, it sounds terrible. Oh, okay. Not them, just the mix. Everything you could possibly imagine that was wrong with this year's coverage. Download really needs to sort it out. It's not a good advert for the festival. And
They
when
do.
you've got
And
when
everything
you've got
else.
when you've got festivals like Hellfest putting out entire sets online, and you've got other people
Yeah.
streaming it, and you've got Glastonbury doing all these great things, and they attracted a huge buzz from their stuff that they put out. And you look
Yeah.
at Download, and it's just stale as fuck. It's one of the things that Download really, really need to sort out.
Well,
'Cause,
I have some complaints about Download as well now, actually, as well.
Whoa,
this
here
is-
we go. We
this
didn't
is good.
expect this coming.
No, this is
did you,
good. We were
guys?
going to talk about Bloodstock and a few other little bits, but we got on a tangent talking about the festival that we talk about. So this is good, but also not good for Download.
I want to hear these complaints. Okay, here we
Because-
go. Come on.
Well, I mean, I watched your 2000 Trees vlog, and it was really good. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I know that sounds like it's but. There's no but there. That's just the way I said it. Some of the things like that 2000 Trees had, that there was something like a 2000 Trees sign that you had pictures in front of,
Yeah.
and loads of little cool little things dotted around, like just to make it look better. Download didn't really have any of that this year, not even the big dog head. But there was
No.
it was like there was no personality at Download this year that they normally have. Like sometimes they've had the night fighting up by the Dogtooth stage, the massive stilt people walking around.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was nothing. Like, this was meant to be a proper year. You know, I know we're coming out of what we're coming out of, but other festivals are managing to make it work. But there was no
Definitely.
personality at Download this year, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, it was great. We had a great time. It was a brilliant festival. But I totally get that. I think one of the main things that we talked about was the dog head missing, which is like a big thing. It's been a big thing for a while at Download now. So yeah, it did kind of feel like that. When we walked into the arena, we were like, yes, we're home, we're at Download. We were so happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did notice, didn't you get that feeling that there was a few things missing? And I think you're right. Like, it has to have these things, these quirky extra things that these other festivals are doing that are awesome. Like have a big fucking Download sign that people can take photos in front. I know it's a lot more people, so it's going to be a lot more annoying to get people out of the way and all that shit. But yeah, have more landmark things. I agree with that, because they had the things that I didn't show in that 2000 Trees vlog is that they had like bits, like I said about the shade. They got loads of shade, and Download don't. In the shade, they had all these like sculptures and like cool artwork and like it looked. 2000 Trees is a really cool looking festival. Like when you just stare at it, you're like, it's really pretty. And I think Download could do some of these. I know it's like very hard to sort of micromanage all those little things as well. Yeah. But I think it would add a good element to the festival. I think you're right. I think they are. You don't want it. It is a big festival, so it's hard, but you don't want it to be that sort of faceless.
Yeah.
Have that sort of faceless vibe. Like, you know, I totally get what you
It's
mean.
all about the music at Download. There's nothing else. Like I said, just giving it personality. Bloodstock had the gaming area. They had the music history bit. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Now, a year ago we spoke about it now.
Yeah.
Hellfest had that massive Lemmy statue.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. They have all these cool like art installations. I think Download needs to look into that, because there was people out there that do all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure they wouldn't mind putting it in certain places and displaying it for people to look at. But yeah, I get. Well, we'll go into Bloodstock a little bit more after I've gone through these releases. But yeah, I'll be interested to see what they got at Bloodstock this year.
Yeah,
because they had some really cool stuff last time. Oh, before we go any further, if you are enjoying this, please go give us a like or a follow or anything on any of our social media platforms. We should be Dear Download everywhere now, but anything you can do, any ad, follow, or anything helps. Comments, just come and chat to us, or anything, any sort of interaction, and we're loving it, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so go check us out on all the good shit. And if this is your first one listening, go back, man.
Yeah,
we've got 27 other episodes.
More
we got
than
all
that.
the way back to the beginning.
We got more than that, because we got the.
Oh no, we got more. We got all the specials.
The Wednesday morning episode. In Search of Sun.
In Search of Sun special. Oh, we got loads. Yeah, go back, listen to them all. They're awesome. We've done so much great stuff already. So much good stuff to come as well. So
yeah.
Disturbed. Yeah. So because you said last week I hadn't listened to it. The last episode you told me to listen to it.
Yeah.
So I think what you said, like, it does sound kind of old school Disturbed. I did like it, It was really good. Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought the video was really cool as well. I liked it. Yeah, I thought it was like sort of standard Disturbed, a bit old school Disturbed in there as well. But I thought this is good. So this is what I mean. I think like comparing it to the Slipknot song, even though it was just standard Disturbed, it was a much better song than the Slipknot one. Yeah. So I like it more. Like as soon as I heard the opening riff, I was like, yeah, I like it more already. So yeah, much better than the other one. But yeah, Disturbed, Hey You, go and check it out. Really good. Video's really cool as well. Bush released a new song, We Are Not Machines, off of their forthcoming album that's out in October. Fucking awesome. Really good guitar riff, main guitar riff. I'm a huge Bush fan. They've been on a roll for the last few albums. Their last one, The Kingdom, is top 3 Bush albums. Yeah. You know, they've been going since the early 90s, and it's up there in the top 3. So if you're a Bush fan or you like sort of American radio rock stuff, you know, Nickelback, 3 Days Grace, any of that sort of shit, you will dig the new Bush stuff. So go and check that out. On the Bloodstock front, Lamb of God released a new song called Omens. It's all right. I thought that the main riff in the song, is like the most standard metal riff I've ever heard. It's kind of like I can imagine like a 13-year-old when they write their first metal riff. Yeah. And this is it. But it's in a Lamb of God song. And I know how amazingly talented this band are. But I was just like, what the fuck? This sounds like... I don't know. It was just... Yeah, it was just like really weird. Like the rest of the song was really good. Yeah. But the main riff that keeps coming back and forth throughout, I was like, yeah, I don't know about this. I don't know about it. His vocals are great. The little breakdown bit's great. Yeah, I mean, I really like Lamb of God. But I was just like, okay. It's like my first metal riff. And then I looked at the video on YouTube at all the comments, and I was like, oh my God, this is fire. So sick. Lamb of God are back. And I'm like, it's not that good. I mean, it's all right. Like, I'll give it another listen. It might grow on me a bit. But after the first listen, I was like, it's all right. It's not fucking, it's not blowing my head off, or it's not anything incredible. So, but yeah, go give it a listen. Next time. Yeah. Definitely. Tell me what you think if it sounds like my first metal riff fucking, because I think it does. But hey, there's been loads of releases. Bring Me the Horizon released a new song. Been waiting for ages, called Strangers. Yeah. Kind of just like a ballad, radio friendly-ish song. I guess that they always do those kind of songs, and then they have heavy songs on the album. Really good. I wasn't keen on it after the first listen. Wasn't too keen on the hook. But now it's grown on me, and I actually really like it. Like a lot of Bring Me the Horizon stuff. Then I actually love it, and then I just listen to it forever. If you like Bring Me, you've probably heard it already.
I've listened to that one.
Yeah. What do you think?
It was all right. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's quite nice.
Horizon fan now.
yeah. Good. More people to the Bring Me camp. I'll fly the flag for them. And of course, spoiler alert, they're going to be headlining Download next year. So get in there.
They've got to be. They have to.
And they have to. Finally, go on.
I was going to say, I think that it is so big at the moment. If Download don't get them, they're missing a trick there.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, that's what I mean. He should have been asking them like a couple of years ago. Yeah. They should have them booked by now. And finally, Parkway Drive. Okay, I spoke about Parkway Drive before, saying that they're one of the bands that I just can't get into. Even back in the day when I was into hardcore and metalcore and everything, Parkway Drive were not one of my bands. Yeah. I probably haven't listened to, I saw Killswitch support them. We watched Killswitch. We watched 2 songs of Parkway Drive, and then we left. And so many people have been pissed off at me for that, because their Parkway Drive were like tipped to be like headlining Download Festival. But I just don't get it how this band are that big. Yeah. They're good, but they are. I personally don't think they're as great as everyone fucking bangs on about. They bang on like they're the greatest metalcore band of all time, which they're definitely not. Their new song, obviously, I probably haven't listened to a song since, I want to say 2006. Maybe I might have heard a little bit of their new stuff at some point. This song sounded more like Volbeat than I remember Parkway Drive sounding. Okay. I remember Parkway Drive sounding like a brutal metalcore band with like dirty screaming and heavy riffs and shit. This fucking song sounded like a Volbeat song.
I'm going to have to listen to that one as well.
I was literally
I'm
like,
the same as you.
I was like, what is this? So this is what, I mean, I'm not dissing it. I'm just saying, so I guess this is what they sound like now. Like, obviously, as bands have evolutions, I haven't, given them any attention for a long time. But
I was just saying with Bring Me the Horizon, I hadn't heard any of that stuff for years.
True. Yeah, so it's a bit like that, but I was just very like, wow, okay. I guess this is what they sound like now. But it was just weird. I was just like, this doesn't sound like anything like I remember Parkway Drive, or I would think in my mind that Parkway Drive sound like. So
yeah,
I was like, I didn't like it either. So
you didn't? I was leading up to like, oh yeah, I really liked it. Now I'm going to give him more of a chance.
No, I didn't like it either. So I guess I just don't like Parkway Drive in any form. But yeah, it was it was all right. That's
awesome.
it, really. That's the end. That was quite a lot. But yeah, that's sort of new release stuff that I took notice of in the last couple of weeks. But yeah, it just seems like everyone's releasing loads of stuff at the moment, which is cool. Gives us loads of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you like any of those bands or whatever, or you like the sound of anything, go check it out.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to check a few of them out. Before coming up to record, actually, it's not a new release, but I was playing some Lorna Shore to my kids and see what they thought.
Nice.
Are you a fan?
I was literally listening to Lorna Shore, like 2 songs. I listened to Lorna Shore, then I listened to Blood Youth, literally before we started this podcast.
Yeah. I think the only song I really know of theirs is Sun Eater. I haven't listened to many others.
Yeah.
But I nice. Quite like that song for a really fucking heavy band.
Yeah, really heavy.
I Carcass. I'll talk about Carcass as well in a minute.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I the first listen of Lorna Shore, I was like, this is cool. It's like that, not my kind of vocals. It's like Cradle of Filth kind of vocals, isn't it? Like,
yeah, he's got like loads of layers of like highs, growls, lows, fucking loads of shit in there. Really like quite complex vocal work. Really good.
Yeah.
It's really, really hard to do. I think people underestimate some of these vocalists. It is so difficult to get your vocals to sound a certain way.
Yeah.
It really is like proper talent. When you've got a really good screamer in your band who can do, all of those, any of that kind of bass of screaming, it's so difficult. It's a difficult thing to do. It really is an art form. I think people don't appreciate. People who don't like metal music hear it and they go, that's just fucking someone screaming. But it's not, though. There's a lot of effort put into to get it to sound a certain way.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like Lorna Shore are great. They're awesome. We'll go into it in a minute, but I'm definitely going to watch them at Bloodstock. So.
Yeah, awesome. What about, are you a fan of Carcass? They've been around for a long time.
I'm not necessarily a fan, but I will be watching them.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Oh, they're playing
definitely.
this year?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, good. I was just delivering to someone a few weeks back now, and he had I knew it was a Metal Top because of the writing. I didn't know who it was. I pointed to his t-shirt and said, "Who's that?" It's Carcass because I couldn't read it. And he was, "Oh, you a fan?" I was like, "No."
No.
But I mean, I hadn't listened to them. I'm not sure if I ever listened to them. I knew they were a heavier band. I knew they'd been around for a long time. I'd heard the name. But I was like, nah. Well, to be honest, though, I've just been listening to Lorna Shore in the van. And he was like, oh, are you a fan? I was like, no.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. But I wouldn't. But when I say I'm not a fan of something, I don't mean I dislike them. Like I say, I'll give them a listen. It's not the sort of thing I listen to all the time. So I'm not a fan. I'm not a fanatic, really. Like for when I become a fan of someone, I listen to everything they've ever done for weeks. I have to be obsessive over a band to call myself a fan, basically.
That's fair enough. By the way, Carcass aren't playing Bloodstock. I don't know why I said that.
Oh, okay.
They're not.
They're kind of band of wood.
I was like, are they? Yeah, they are. No, they're not. Wait, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
But I listened to Carcass after I said no, and the music is quite groovy. It's actually the music's quite good. The vocals
they got some groove.
A little bit heavier than I would normally listen to, but yeah, I quite like the music of Carcass. Well, I mean,
you've said this before, though, haven't you? You've said that for some reason you feel attracted to bands that play Bloodstock because you feel like you're a better judge on the spot of something that's heavier than something that's not.
Yeah.
So a lot of the bands that would be on the Bloodstock lineup would probably be saying that not that necessarily you could become a fan of, but I mean something that you would be interested in listening to see if you like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's cool. I like that. That's awesome. Like I just, you're interested, so I'm listening to Carcass. Yeah, cool. Awesome. I'm going to listen to Lorna Shore because I'm interested in actually hearing what the fuck they sound like.
Yeah.
Which is good because, I mean, people who have been listening for a long time, just think about where Adam was when we started this podcast, yeah?
Yeah.
This guy wouldn't even go to check out a band that wasn't outside the comfort zone. Motherfucker is checking out Lorna Shore tracks, for fuck's sake. This is how far this guy has come with music. Man is just going all over now, just checking out shit. Like, yeah.
Well,
great.
I was talking to a guy called Brad who joined our Discord. We met him at saw him at Download briefly, and I said to him, I know I've said it on the show before. I went a good year and a half. I'm sure it was a year. It sounds like a long time now, but I know it was at least a year. It might have even been closer to 2 years. Listening to the same playlist every single day at work. So that's like 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours at work. A playlist that I made, it was mostly Machinae Supremacy and Blowsight. So I think I called it Blow Supremacy, but there's a few other bands in there. Solution 45, Blinded Colony, I think. A few other, mostly Scandinavian bands. That kind of thing. And yeah, I listened to that playlist for at least a year and a half every single day. I thought about listening to something different. And I'm like, no, let's just go back to this. I want to listen to this.
I could never do that.
But yeah,
I have to listen to something different every day.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's crazy dedication for one playlist.
That's going back probably about 6 years now. But yeah, since listening, well, I think I got into podcasts a bit after that. So I was listening to a podcast mostly at work. But yeah, so now I can't believe how much new music I'm checking out. Like you just said, it's just all the time.
Do you still have the playlist?
Yeah.
Can you link it in the description for this episode so other people can do it?
Yeah.
So if you want to check out Adam's year and a half playlist, must be a fucking good playlist. He's going to stick it in the description. So if you want to hear what he was listening to for a year and a half, follow his playlist.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Blow Supremacy is called, I think. I'll double check that. But it'll be in there. It'll be in the show description, episode description, whatever.
Nice.
Awesome. That's everything from me. Shall we go? I said how quick we were at the beginning, finishing up the first bit in about 4 minutes. And now we've been talking for ages about other stuff.
It's fine.
But I mean, it's all music. It's all fun. It's not like we're waffling on about random stuff from our life that people won't be interested in. So
it's good. We've ranted about Download.
Yeah.
We've ranted about some bands. Now we move on.
Yeah, you've already done the...
We move on.
Come and join us and everything. Go and join Simon on his YouTube.
Oh, baby. I just reached quite a good milestone. I just reached 400 subscribers.
Nice.
So I'm very, very happy about that. So when it gets to 500 subscribers, I'm going to do something. I don't know. I'll do something for the subs. I'll message a load of people and be like, "What would you like me to do for 500 subs?" I'll do something crazy. I don't know.
Yeah. Awesome.
I don't know.
You're a proper YouTuber now.
Yeah. Loads of shit. I love it, man. It's great. Honestly, I've had such a good response to everything. People chatting, getting recognised in places, all sorts of. It's just been. YouTube's been amazing. It's been great for the podcast as well because I feel like they go hand in hand with the stuff that we do. So whatever gets a rubs off on the other one.
Yeah.
So to have both is fucking wicked. And I'm doing a vlog for camping this weekend as well. I've already started that when me and Vicky went shopping.
I think I watched it.
So just another vlog to add to the list. But yeah, so I'm happy. But yeah, come check me out on YouTube. Just Simon Bond. Come and sub, man, because I want to do stuff for 500 subs, which would be. See, the thing is, it's like such small fry in the world of YouTube, but it literally makes me buzzing. Every single person that subscribes, I'm like, yes, another subscriber.
Oh,
that's 400 people, dude. My last 4 videos have done over 10k views, which is fucking insane.
Yeah, that is.
I'm like,
awesome.
That's amazing. I like literally can't believe it. I think my download vlog's had over 3k views now.
Is it? Nice.
Yeah, so I'm just like, wow, that's so awesome that all these people are watching it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, happy. But yeah, anyway, enough
even
about
more
me.
People recognizing you next year.
Yeah, that'll be cool. I can shove a flyer in their mouth and say, listen to my podcast. Bitch!
Awesome. Well, let's
go.
Yeah,
Should we bring Ronnie in?
Ronnie.
Ronnie, come on. Come on.
Quick,
I've got a cherry bee here for you. Come on.
What?
Come on, put this cherry bee in your mouth. Open it up. Come on.
Send for the devil!
Thank you, Ronnie. So yeah, let's talk a little. I have not looked at anything about Bloodstock this year at all.
Well, then why don't you look now?
Oh, I can do. I wasn't sure if you knew much or.
Well, what would you like to know?
Well,
what would you like to know?
Whether they're still going to have like the gaming area and the history bit that I said about last year. I mean, I've looked at the lineup a little bit.
Yeah,
but
there has been a map released.
What's that? There has.
Yeah.
I did notice that.
Better. Let me get that shit up. I'm still not sold on Bloodstock's website. It looks like a website. It looks like a website that was made in 2000, like when people first had the internet.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
Like it's like your first HTML website that someone's done, which is fine. It looks cool. I think it suits the festival. So
yeah.
I'm happy with it. I don't know what anyone else thinks about the website.
Well, yeah, look at some of these logos, the band logos on the lineup. They've just cut a square out of it or a rectangle around the logo from like something else and just stuck it on a black background. So
that's what I mean.
Looking at Syra, the band I keep going on about. That's would be my favourite band if I was to go and check out. It just got like a lighter black rectangle around the word.
That's what I mean. Like it's. I don't use this often, this word, but it's cute.
Yeah,
it's a very cute website.
Yeah,
it is very cute. I don't use that word often, but that's the only sort of thing I can use to describe Bloodstock's website, which is cute. Yeah, which is nice.
Awesome.
Looking at the map, they do have the game zone again, so they will have the game zone back. They got a Red Bull bar as well, which is pretty cool. The Charge Candy place is back. They still got Lemmy's bar, which they had last time. It looks like they've pretty much got everything. And it looks like it is exactly the same setup as it was last year.
Where have you found the map? I don't see the map.
If you go to event. If you go to info.
I'm in event info.
And then event info. And scroll down, site map. The Bloodstock 2022 site can be viewed here.
Hey, there we go.
Click where it says here. There you go. I'll open it up for you. It'll open it up for you, baby.
Awesome. Look how close everything is.
Yeah. No. It's just same as trees. So
yeah.
Again, I think we've spoken about this before with trees, and I think I said this about Bloodstock last time. You know, we love Download Festival. I know we've been complaining about it a lot recently, but it is just a huge festival. And with festivals like this, you know, it really cuts down the walking time, and it did at Trees as well. You know, I can watch a band, go back to my tent, drink something, and then get back for the next band.
Yeah.
And that is one of the best things about these small festivals. And I think it's why like 2000 Trees upped their capacity this year. And when festivals like Bloodstock and 2000 Trees do that, people that have been going a long time get funny about it. Yeah. Because they don't want these festivals to turn into a big festival because they don't they like to have these sorts of little journeys and things. And I suppose when you're running a festival like this, it's a double-edged sword because you want to grow the festival because you want to make money and you want to grow the brand, but also you don't want to sort of isolate the people that have been going the whole time. Yeah. Because they're the people that will go and buy the tickets every year. So I can see how it's a bit of just a bit of a double-edged sword for the people running it. So, but yeah, I mean, just look at the map. If you've got if you listen to this on your phone or whatever, get up the Bloodstock map if you're going and you want to look at it. If not, you know, just listen to us ramble about a map that you can't see. But yeah, we stayed in Midgard camp last time, which is the big camp. And I think that's where I don't know about the other ones. I walked through them all. I can't really remember them. I do a little bit on the vlog, last year's vlog, I think. But yeah, that Midgard camp was happening. It was really good. Wicked vibe in there. Everyone was partying, having a great time. And like I said, I met some great people last year that I'm going again with this year.
Oh, really?
Because
nice.
We got on with them so well, you know.
Yeah.
I've been, you know, to see them out of Bloodstock. These people are awesome. So I did actually make some really, really good friends last time. So we're staying with those people again. So, but yeah, it's just it just looks cool, doesn't it? It looks like a nice little festival.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just, do you know, I don't know if I watched your vlog about Bloodstock last year.
Do you know what? It's one of my favourite vlogs I've ever done.
Yeah.
I go back after like a year and watch them, and some of them I'm like, that was a shit vlog. or you know, just some of them just aren't as good.
Yeah.
But I think that my Bloodstock one is one of the favourite, best vlogs I've ever done.
Yeah.
And one of the best festivals I've ever been to, honestly. I had so much fun at Bloodstock last year. I'm going again this year because I genuinely was like, that was amazing. Like, I had the best time.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward.
I might have
again
watched
to
it
this year, but yeah.
I'm looking at the Jägermeister stage. That looks like it's in an odd place. It's like right in front of the James Dio stage.
Yeah, so it's a tiny little stage where they put, I think, unsigned acts on, or bands just do smaller little sets.
Yeah. So
you literally, the stage is right there. It's like a little middle sort of thing.
It looks like it's right in the crowd, where the crowd would be for the...
Yeah, I'll try and get some footage for you and some photos, because you'll be like, that's a... You know, like Download done it a couple of years, didn't they? They had those really tiny... those really tiny stages where they've done like acoustic sets.
Yeah, yeah.
And they've done little weird sets.
That was a Jägermeister one, actually, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like that.
Okay.
But when I went past and stopped to watch a couple of bands last year, it was going fucking off in there. Like proper. It was really good, yeah. I think that having that tiny little stage is really, really cool. I'd love to play that stage.
Yeah.
People were going mental. But you can see how much love they give to new music, because the New Blood stage is quite a decent sized stage.
It looks big, yeah. It's got its own little area.
Yeah. But Bloodstock have been nothing but good to upcoming, you know, metal and alternative bands. They really want to push the next phase through, which is excellent, because people can go to the New Blood stage, do really well, get a good write up, people will be stoked about them, and then maybe they can get on a small stage at Download, you know, which is exactly what you want bands to do.
Someone post online actually a few weeks back now that they started on the New Blood stage, and now probably about 3-4 years later they've been asked to go back and play on one of the other stages, which is amazing.
Yeah, exactly. And that it just proves that the system, especially that Bloodstock have set up, actually works. You know, people will start on the New Blood stage and go through and then play the Sophie stage or whatever, and then eventually, you know, end up on the main stage, which is exactly what you want. That's what you want for music bands to come through. You need that grassroots music to be number one. But yeah, we won't talk too much about because, you know, not everyone will be looking at it. But yeah, looks really cool.
I'm even more jealous now that I'm looking at the map. I wasn't that jealous before. What else we got? Let's. Do you want to look at the? I was interested in looking at the info. The New Blood stage. Has it got everybody who's playing on here yet? No. Okay, forget that. Should we go to the lineup a little bit, or?
Yeah. Well, see if anything jumps out. But I'll probably just speak about the bands that I would like to watch. But you can see on there they got the Jägermeister stage, New Blood stage, Sophie Lancaster stage, and the Ronnie James Dio stage. Yeah. So everything's listed on there. It is cool. It's really good. Like I said, Jägermeister stage is a great idea, and the New Blood stage, of course, if you haven't heard before, Metal to the Masses
that is on there.
You know, like a thing that they do every year, all around the country, bands battling it out to try and get on the New Blood stage at Bloodstock, which I think is a fucking awesome idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, there'll be plenty of. Whenever I'm not watching someone on the other stages that I want to see, I will be at the New Blood stage or the Jaeger stage, just checking out bands. Yeah. Because I'm sure there will be a band this time that I don't know any of these bands, but I'm sure there will be bands in here that I'll listen to and go, they're awesome.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm really excited. I bet it's
about
cool going through those bands, because most of those bands will be someone that you've never really heard of, because they're from a different part of the country and they're just up and coming. Yeah. And so I assume there's going to be a playlist somewhere that someone's made of all these bands, and you just be going through them, and it'll be different types of music. You know, it'll be like a lucky dip of music, like what's coming up next.
Yeah, and you might hear something and go, wow, that's sick.
Yeah. Well, I said, I think last year when we spoke about it, Cottonmouth were probably my favourite band of the whole festival, just from listening to the playlist. I didn't go. And they were on the New Blood stage. They think they won the Nottingham Metal Masters.
Yeah, see? So it's proof that, this sort of thing is so cool. And I can't wait to go check out some people on these stages, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So go on.
I was going to say the same thing. I think you were. So who have you picked out so far to listen to or to go and watch?
So we'll just run through quickly. So Bloodstock do probably what Download are going to do next year because they've got 4 days of music. So the festival last year, they'd done a 5-dayer because of they wanted to give people like an extra day because of what happened in 2020. So now it's a 4-day festival. So you have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but you have music on all 4 of those days. But Thursday, you only have one stage open, which I believe is the Sophie Lancaster stage. So there will only be bands playing on that stage on the Thursday.
Yeah.
Which is cool, which is really cool. So these bands, I think that's a really good sort of platform because these are kind of small to medium-sized bands.
Yeah.
Which is cool because you can actually go and see a band when there's no one else on. Because I know that Necro Goblin have been getting some love as well, and Dark Tranquillity have some absolute tunes.
They've been around for a while.
I'll definitely be watching them. Probably Necro Goblin as well. I think I've heard things about Mother Vulture as well. So I'll basically just be there drinking my ass off and listen to some bands on the Thursday just to see who's good. And like we probably will go and watch the headliner. I'll probably be super drunk by then because you know what it's like. First day festival, you get there, you're so excited, you're like drink. So,
what's the band underneath Mother Vulture?
Underneath Mother Vulture,
yeah,
Thumb.
Oh, okay, cool. I couldn't read it.
Thumb, yeah,
with two U's by the looks of it.
Yeah, 2 U's. Yeah. Thumb. So we'll see about that. But yeah, Friday is obviously the proper beginning of the festival when people will probably have day tickets and stuff. So like I said, I don't know any of the bands that are playing the Jägermeister stage or the New Blood stage, but this goes for every day. I will go and check as many bands out as I possibly can, and hopefully in the Bloodstock report that I do afterwards, I'll find some bands that are fucking awesome, which is good. I would say
we should talk about the Jägermeister and the New Blood stage, the whole of it now. No, maybe not. But the Jägermeister stage on the Saturday, the Cunts, which is Cunt and the Gang, isn't it? Or the
yeah, it's Cunt and the Gang. He's really good as well, really funny. So yeah, I might have to go to that.
Awesome.
Might have to go to that. Yeah, shit. That's awesome.
But yeah, I don't know any of the other ones.
No. But like I said, yeah, for that and the New Blood stage, I'm going to go and check out literally as many bands as I possibly can.
Yeah.
But I would say the bands that obviously I'm thinking about going to see, Bloodywood would be one for sure. So it's like,
lots of good things about them.
Bollywood style metal. And I did watched a couple of their music videos, and I was like, that's different. I like that. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So I'll probably be there to check those guys out because it's something different, and it might be really fucking good live. And I will be interested to see. Excuse me. I'll be interested to see what the Bloodstock people think of it as well.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's ethnic music mixed in with metal.
Yeah.
Which doesn't happen all too often. I know people use, Egyptian scales and a lot in metal and stuff like that, but I mean like their whole basis is because of the whole, culture thing. So I think I'll be interested to see exactly what they can do with that.
Yeah.
The next up obviously is Doyle, who is the guitarist from the Misfits, his solo project.
Okay.
I am a huge Misfits fan, if anyone doesn't already know. So I'll definitely be there for that because I think his solo stuff is actually quite good. And the singer that he's got is really good as well.
Yeah.
So I'll be there for that, wanking off my inner Misfits fan. Gwar, obviously, I'm going to be there for that because, I know it's just like a bit of a sort of tribute act at this point almost, but I think it'll be interesting. I've never seen Gwar before, and I've just heard and seen videos over the years of how just insane that their gigs are. So I'm really, really looking forward to seeing Gwar, and hopefully it will be fucking awesome. This is just a great lineup all the way through.
Yeah.
I will check out Exodus and Testament. I'm not necessarily the biggest fans of those bands, but I will check them out just because they are such legendary metal bands, and there are a few Testament and Exodus songs that I dig. I'm not necessarily fans of those bands, but because of the stature of bands that they are, I will definitely check them out because it's quite a stacked day, Friday. I mean, all of them are. This is such a good lineup. Now I think what they done last time was, so Behemoth are headlining the main stage, and Sleep Token, we've already talked about Sleep Token so much, Sleep Token are headlining the Sophie Lancaster stage. Now what happened last time was the main headliner finishes and then the second stage headliner starts.
Yeah, I've seen that in the lineup, like the Clash Finder thing. I don't get it, but it's cool.
I mean, I'm not the biggest Behemoth fan. Like I think they're really good. I appreciate how good they are, but some people are just mad, and their performance at Download was like hailed as something insane. Yeah. So I will watch them, but I will leave to get a good space for Sleep Token because it's fucking Sleep Token headlining a fucking stage.
Yeah,
and I know every Sleep Token song off my heart, so I'll be there for that. But yeah, I will be checking out Behemoth, and then I'll make my way to Sleep Token and try and get a really, really good spot for them. But yeah, I'm interested to see how Sleep Token go down at a festival like this, because they are metal, and they are gent, and they are this and they are that, but they're also not those things. They also have piano songs. They also have quiet bits. They also have beautiful singing. So it has everything that Bloodstockers would like, but it also has everything that Bloodstockers wouldn't like.
Yeah.
So it's like a perfect, like, weird Frankenstein of a band. So I'll be very interested to see how the response to them goes.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I think that's going to be quite interesting. Is there anything on Friday you want to talk about?
Well, I was going to say the Punk Rock Factory were there last year, weren't they? And that was the kind of thing that Bloodstockers would hate normally.
Yeah, and they loved it. Everyone I went with loved it.
Yeah, but I think if they were put on the main lineup, say for example between Doyle and Gwar, people would be like, "What the fuck?" But because they were on the bottom one, wasn't it? The Jägermeister stage, where it seems like a bit of a gimmicky, funny bands. Because they were there, they were accepted, which is weird.
That is weird.
But that
is weird.
Yeah, nobody ever. Well, Testament. I was going to say about Testament when you're talking about them. I remember when I first heard about Testament, I didn't know anybody else who knew about them at the time. I was quite young, but I was like, there were other bands that were thrash, like Metallica, in the 80s. I didn't. Obviously, they were one of the main ones that stuck around. They were the big name that stuck around. Obviously, the other ones did. I didn't really know much about Megadeth at the time as well, but yeah, Testament. Did we talk about Acid Rain? Was it them? Not last when we spoke to. Anyway, there's been a few that are still around that are still really good. But I was young and nobody I knew about them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I liked a few of their songs, but yeah, I was chuffed that I was the first person of my age group to discover this old but new band that hadn't sort of pierced through into the Kerrang and Scuzz.
Yeah. But they were still very much a part of that scene. And
yeah,
it's true, man. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I've heard so much about Testament over the years, and I'll be interested to see what they're all about live, especially. Should we move to the Saturday?
Yeah, I was going to say, that was all I wanted to say. Just a little Adam's funny story. It's not really that funny.
Adam's funny stories. Saturday is really good.
Yeah.
Like really fucking good. Blood Youth on the Sophie Lancaster stage. I fucking love Blood Youth. They're so good. Just really good British metal.
They're the ones who sound like Slipknot, aren't they?
Kind of. They have a Slipknot vibe to them, definitely. They are good, though. They are good. And then obviously Lorna Shore, I will be checking out. Like we were talking about earlier, I'll just be so interested to see what they're actually like live. And on the main stage as well. They're just before Solosis.
Oh yeah, I can't read that. Good.
Yeah, standard standard death metal writing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Lorna Shore will be checked out. I know my friend Alex, who's going as well, definitely wants to see what they're all about. I think everyone always bangs on about. Go on.
Were you going to talk about more about Lorna Shore? Or
no, I was talking about another band.
Silosis? I think I quite like Silosis. I'm not sure. I know I followed them on
can't
Facebook.
remember off the top of my head if I like them or not. I will have to listen and see if I like them. I might check them out if no one else is on one of the other stages. Depends. I think when you get up to here, the Blood Youth and someone else might be a bit of a clash there somewhere.
Yeah.
I was going to say... Sorry, I was going to...
Perfect content for you listeners. We might like Silosis. There we go.
We might like them.
We don't know.
We'll listen and see if we actually like them. I was going to say that everyone bangs on about Ginger.
Yeah.
And how amazing they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm the same.
Again,
I'm the same.
Another one for me where I'm like, okay, they're really good, but they don't do anything that gets me excited.
Yeah, I think the first song of theirs I ever heard, maybe it was the first. No, I think it was just the first actually. I really, really loved the first song of theirs I ever heard, and then I went to check them out a bit more of their stuff on Spotify, and it just didn't grab me. But obviously, like you said, they're good, but not as keen as a lot of other people.
Yeah, same for me. So I probably won't be watching them. Bury Tomorrow, 100%. I'm a massive advocate of Bury Tomorrow. It'll be so... I mean, watching them on the main stage at Download was fucking epic. So seeing them on a stage this size will be madness. I'm so buzzing to see Bury Tomorrow. I cannot wait. That's 100% for me. Dimmu Borgir, again, they... everyone knows how much of a massive Cradle of Filth fan I am, and there are a lot of similarities between these two bands. I don't love them as much as I love Cradle of Filth, but there are a lot of their songs that I love.
Yeah.
So I will be there watching it because I'll be interested because apparently their performance is really, really good as well. And I like that style of music. So I will definitely be there checking them out and seeing, excuse me, what they're all about live, basically, and probably sing along to quite a few of the songs as well.
Yeah.
Headliner-wise, Merciful Fate, again, they're like old school legends in the world, in the world of metal, basically. Now, I don't know any of their songs, but from what other people have told me, they're worth watching live.
Okay.
So I will be watching them, but the same as... For Sleep Token, Malevolence are headlining the Sophie Lancaster stage, and I will not be missing a note of Malevolence.
Yeah.
So before Merciful Fate finish, I will be going to the Sophie Lancaster stage to get a really good space for Malevolence, because I this just shows, like, Sleep Token, Malevolence, Bury Tomorrow. I fucking love British metal.
Yeah.
I just really love British metal. It's such a good scene, and there's so many great upcoming bands that I don't want to miss these bands live. And Malevolence impressed me so much at Download that I am absolutely buzzing to see them at Bloodstock.
Yeah,
so
I've not listened to them.
That's going to be... Yeah, give it a listen, dude.
I haven't listened to them yet.
Awesome. Really good. Really, really good band. So I'm buzzing to see how they handle headlining, and because I'm sure they'll be fine. They were fine on the second stage at Download.
Yeah.
So I think that in a tent, this is going to fucking go off.
Yeah.
So... yeah, I'm really, really, really buzzing for Malevolence. Is there anyone else on that Saturday you want to talk about, sir?
Yes, and yes. Well, yeah, I'm glad you said you talked about Merciful Fate, because I've never heard of them, ever. And I was looking down, and I've heard of Dimmu Borgir, Bury Tomorrow, Ginger, Silosis, Lorna Shore. But they're being headlined by a band I've never heard of, which this is a bit odd. But it can make sense that they're a legendary band from eons ago.
I think they're like early 80s. I think like 1981 or some shit. They were like 84. I don't know. Around that time, they're like really, 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 really fucking old school.
Yeah.
So I think they've earned their place because a lot of people liked them, and I think they influenced a lot of bands that went on to be a lot bigger.
Yeah.
So I think that having them there is like a big deal, especially in the world of metal. So I'm sorry if any of you real metalheads out there are like, oh my God, how have you not heard? Why do you not love Merciful Fate? So we're sorry.
On the Saturday, you didn't really talk about Syra. and how much you love them. They're
Oh yeah.
that, like I said, they would be my band of the weekend if I was going. If you've got nothing else on, go and check them out. You might hate them, but at least you've given them a try, because I think they need to be bigger. They're not Bloodstock kind of music, but I don't know the bands around them what they're like. So I don't know if there's a few bands on that stage that are a bit more lighter than metal. But
Okay.
also near the top, underneath Malevolence, actually is Ferocious Dog, who are meant to be very, very good. I've never seen them. I know a few people who talk about them a lot.
Oh, okay.
But they'll probably be on around the same time as like Dimmu Borgir, Bury Tomorrow. So not for you, maybe, but if you're not,
I probably won't get to them. But
if you're not going over to the main stage, then I think they are definitely meant to be definitely worth checking out.
Cool, awesome.
Anybody else?
Let's.
No, nobody else.
No, not on that day. Let's move on to the final day of Bloodstock.
El Nino.
Yeah, man.
Oh, an orbit culture in tiny writing. Well done, Bloodstock.
Well done, Bloodstock. You guys are good.
It's cute.
So cute. Oh, your little cute font. It is. They could have blown that up a little bit. Yeah, they probably kept them all the same size. So moving a little bit on to Sunday. Yeah, you said Il Nino. Yeah, I mean, obviously I'll go and check out Il Nino. They're an awesome band. So yeah, I'll go and check them out and see what it's all about.
Yeah.
See what they're like live. I mean, I think the last time I saw them live was Download 2005.
Bloody hell.
So a long time ago. Yeah, they were the second band I ever seen at Download. So
Really?
yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
To see what they're like now. A band I just quickly want to talk about, Vended, which is obviously Corey Taylor and Clown from Slipknot's son's band.
Okay. Oh, no, I think I've heard of them. I think I quite liked them, actually. A while ago.
Yeah.
I did hear it.
I don't like it. I checked it out again today, and I was like, is it just me, or is this not good? It's incredible how much vocally he sounds like his dad, which is insane. And you can hear Slipknot is obviously a huge influence on their music. I can hear a lot of it in there. But I didn't think it was good. I didn't think it was 245,000 listeners good anyway.
Yeah.
But obviously they are who they are, and at the moment they're supporting Slipknot, so they're bound to have a massive boost. But fair play to them. Obviously they're quite young. They've obviously got the foot in the door because of who their dads are, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, music wise, they're all right. I don't. Nothing stands out to me for them to be great. But they're still really young, so they might go on to do some really good stuff. But when I listened to it, I thought, wow, he sounds so much like his dad. It's crazy. Like just a really young Corey Taylor, which is mad. But yeah, anyway, enough about Vended. I'm not going to see them anyway.
Okay.
So. No. Life of Agony. I absolutely love Life of Agony. They've been a band that I've loved for probably 20 years at least. So yeah, I know obviously a lot of their stuff. So I will be there checking out Life of Agony, which will be fucking awesome. To be honest, the rest of the time, apart from the two headliners, there's nothing... apart from Further Up, because I was going to say Killing Joke are a band that I've wanted to see for a long time. I like a lot of Killing Joke stuff.
Yeah.
And they've got a lot of different stuff. Their 80s stuff is very 80s. Then they go into sort of the, metal-y, industrial stuff. But they've had loads of different phases, but there's a lot of Killing Joke songs that I really like. So I'm actually really, really looking forward to seeing Killing Joke. I've got an awesome Killing Joke playlist, which is just awesome. Great band. So
cool.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing them. And then obviously the two headliners of the two stages, of course, Lamb of God.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Lamb of God live since 2007 at Download. So I'm really interested to see how good they still are. And I've heard that they're incredible live. So yeah, definitely super excited to see. That's a really, to end the main stage, that's pretty brutal to have Lamb of God end the festival. So I'll see how tired I am by this point. Because last year, I think I might be staying till the Monday morning. Because last year we left before Priest,
Right.
because it was wet and we were knackered, and it was 5 days where this is 4, so I should be less tired than I was last year. But so I will watch Lamb of God. But to finish off the entire festival is the Night Flight Orchestra, which is a band that I got into a lot. They sound like a more camp version of Ghost.
Okay.
So Ghost, but even more sort of disco-y and
That's a weird
just a campier
one.
Ghost.
Yeah, to go from
a
Lamb of
campier
God.
Ghost without the makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what a complete... To go from Lamb of God to the Night Flight Orchestra is going to be quite a change. But I've heard good things about them live as well, that they're super entertaining. There's loads of people in the band, so they're quite good. They got like backup singers and stuff. So I will be... Yeah, I think that's a really great way to end Bloodstock, because they're not a very Bloodstock band at all. But it is cool. And when they done the announcement video last year at Bloodstock, when they came up, loads of people went mental. So I'm guessing that Bloodstock people like them just because they're cheesy. I think Bloodstock people like stuff that's... if it's really cheesy, people from Bloodstock really seem to like it.
Yeah.
Like, they like stuff that's very on the nose, which is fine. Like, a band like that, for some reason, would go down way better at Bloodstock than it would at Download, which makes no sense whatsoever. But I think just the Bloodstock people like that. They've got like a quirky side to them where they like these like really weird on the nose acts that other places wouldn't make a dent.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be interesting. But I mean, we've probably named like 20 bands there that I genuinely want to see.
Yeah.
I looked at the lineup first of all and I thought, holy shit, that's a really good lineup. Like, there's more bands I want to see this year than there was last year.
Yeah.
So I'm, like you said, you're gutted you can't go, because I'm sure you would be buzzing for this, wouldn't you, if you could see all these bands?
I mean, there's not many bands that I know of before checking them out at the moment. But I've said a few times, I'm sure there'll be a lot of bands that I would like if I actually listen to them.
Yeah.
I haven't done it this year. The playlist was a bit too long last year. If I can find a playlist that's just got like one song from each band, I might listen to it.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. Yeah. I mean, like we said, that we didn't talk about the bands on the New Blood stage or the Jaeger stage, because we want to keep this as like a sort of a short one. But I will, in between those bands that I've said, I will be going to check out those bands as much as I can.
Yeah.
And hopefully get some new blood. Because like I said, supporting, I really love new British metal. The new wave of British metal is so good. So I'm sure there's loads of talent in there that we should probably both be listening to, but we'll see if there is anything that stands out from Bloodstock. But yeah, I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing, mate. It's like 14 days away.
Yeah, nice. I just want to back up what you said about the new bands then as well. Like the final that I said I went to for the Somerset final, like all the bands were amazing, and it was a final. There might have been some lesser good bands, but it wouldn't surprise me if there wasn't. It wouldn't surprise me if all of the bands that entered were really good. It seems I've been out of the loop, local music for a few years now, but it seems like the level of talent has just skyrocketed recently.
Yeah, I think we're being blessed at the moment with like a proper wave of really fucking good British metal bands.
Yeah.
We're being blessed, so we should take advantage of this as much as possible.
Yeah.
And and go. They didn't have a Gloucestershire Metal to the Masses this year,
Didn't they?
I don't know why, but yeah, there wasn't one, because normally I know people involved in it or we'd go to it, but yeah, there wasn't a Gloucestershire one this year. So someone tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure there wasn't, because normally the gigs happen at the Frog and Fiddle, which is literally a 4-minute walk that way.
Okay. And it
past the
it's
house,
still open,
so
I
we would
assume.
go
They
to
didn't
them.
close after.
Yeah, it's all still open. Yeah. I don't know whether, like I said, I'm struggling to find a band to get into at the moment in Gloucestershire.
Yeah.
So maybe that the band scene just feels dead here at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, metal and heavy band wise anyway. So maybe that might be a cause. Everyone's just off doing their own thing and not doing that. But yeah, overall sick. Like, buzzing, can't wait. It's a great festival. I'll get as much review as possible. bring it back to Ad. We'll have a little chat about what's going on. I'm doing a vlog as well, so I'll let you guys all know when we do that. So we'll have some video that you can watch and the audio review that me and Adam will do after Bloodstock, and chat about all the stuff that I saw over that weekend, which really isn't that far away.
Yeah, cool, man. It does look good. I wish I could go. I wish I could do more festivals and just download every year. I have for a long time, but money and I got the holiday book through the other day. Downloads already taken by somebody else. But I'll go. I'll be going. I'll manage to book it off somehow, or if I can, I'll just have to say to them that can I have it off unpaid? Can I have it off as not even as holiday? And it'll be summertime. It won't be too busy. It should be okay.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure you'll be able to sort something out by then. Do whatever you can to get.
But yeah, Kelly will be coming next year as well. I think she's coming from the Friday as well.
Nice.
So.
Awesome. Yeah, it'd be great to hang out with her as well as hanging out with you. I had a shit time, everyone. Don't like him. Hate him. I was like, oh no, not this guy in real life. Jesus. No, I'm joking. It was great. It was really good. So is there anything else you want to talk about, or shall we end the app?
I would. Yeah, I think that's everything. There's not many bands that I know of on the Sunday. I think you said about Life of Agony. I think there's one song of theirs that I heard like a long time ago. I really liked. I never gave him a chance. Other than that, I didn't. I think it was back before Spotify. I think so. I didn't like him enough to go and buy an album, and I haven't really heard about him since. So I might give them a listen as well.
Yeah, do it.
Do it. But yeah, so shall we finish up with the news, the second part of the news that you said about, because we forgot to talk about the price rise.
Oh, well, yeah, it wasn't really news, but they've put, me and Ad were talking about inflation before the episode and all the price going up and people struggling to afford things. And it's official. The McDonald's cheeseburger is no longer 99p.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Download Festival being so fucking expensive next year.
No, I'm talking about something that's maybe even more important than Download being more expensive. We all know Download's going to be more expensive, but no one expected the cheeseburger to finally go above that 99. It's been 99p for as long as I can remember.
Yeah. I always get a triple cheeseburger anyway. Or double
yeah, but I don't think I've ever remembered a time where a cheeseburger isn't 99p. It might have been lower than that at one point, but in my mind, it's always been 99p.
Good point.
So I think they've put it to £1.19.
Oh,
and people have been like, what?
20%.
So
it's gone up.
It's a lot. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to say. Like, it's nothing major, but I just thought that shows you how, and I can understand, because this will actually have a knock-on effect, won't it? Like you talk about Download being more expensive. It's a big year for Download next year. A really big year. The first big, they've done an anniversary year before, but they're going to go all out with this one. And the price of things is just going up and up and up and up, and people aren't getting paid enough. So I think that even with the installment scheme, which is really good, that's one of the best things Download have ever done. I think people are really going to struggle to buy Download tickets for next year.
Yeah, me too now. I know I said before, I think next is going to sell out after they announced it's going to be 4 days.
Yeah.
Then they announced how expensive it's going to be, and I don't think it's going to sell out anymore.
It could be a possibility.
I wasn't expecting the prices to go up. I thought they were going to add an extra day as a bonus to us for supporting it and for 20 years. But no, they've gone, oh yeah, we're going to add another day. Oh, but you're paying for that extra day of music. I'd rather not, to be honest. But I mean, it depends what kind of bands they get. I'm very skeptical all the time about this kind of thing. I don't know why. But I am skeptical that they're going to get the size of bands that they need to justify the price. Not that it's a bad price for what you get, but I feel, I don't know. I kind of don't want to say this, but I feel like they'll get a lot of lower bands or a lot of lesser known bands to fill the gaps instead of getting bigger bands to fill the gaps.
Well, we'll see. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what they actually, because they have to get a normal lineup, obviously, to fill what they would normally do. But I think for the Thursday, they're going to do what Bloodstock do, which is just one stage.
Yeah, maybe
one set of bands. I mean, I'll be very surprised if they do a whole day, all stages.
Yeah, I'll be surprised.
I will be very surprised if they do that. but because I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to sell tickets for the Thursday day tickets as well,
Don't know.
or is it just going to be for camping? All those questions have yet to be answered, but the main takeaway is the price. Yeah.
But I think if you look at 2003 and 2004, most of those bands on those 2 days, because only 2 days those days, were sort of household names. You know, you would know
established acts.
Yeah, nice one. You know most of the bands now. Loads and loads of little bands that you've never heard of on the smaller stages, which is good. You know, we've not said that as a bad thing. It's good, but they obviously pay them less,
or not at all in some cases. Most cases, I would say. Yeah,
and so that's one way.
I'm pretty sure Leader said that they didn't get
ciders and a banana
download. Yeah, I mean, didn't even get the right amount of fucking drinks.
But yeah, and so that goes to show how they've sort of filled it out with bands, but not the big bands. If you look at one thing I was going to say about have a look at Blue Ridge Festival. Is it Blue Ridge Festival? Yeah, Blue Ridge Festival. It's in September. It's in America, and it's got a fucking shitload of household names, established bands. There's not many on there that you don't know about, and there's got to be over 100. And they have Saliva with the main singer, with the old singer coming back to do like a cameo, I guess, not a cameo, a guest star. Guest
wow!
Thing. But they've got
a bit.
If you look at the poster, they've got a lot of other bands that they're getting bands reformed for this one gig, or have recently reformed to do like one tour, and they're playing the Blue Ridge Festival.
Nice.
Loads and loads of bands. Have a look at it. It looks amazing. Last year I was going to talk about it on the show. Actually, I don't think I ever got round to it. I saved a massive post about all the complaints. There was a lot of complaints about how unorganized it was. There was like an hour walk to get to the arena every day, an hour walk back along a main road with no lights. It was just not very well organized, but it looks like a good lineup.
Interesting. Yeah, well, I'll check it out, man. We'll talk about that next time.
But yeah, like I said, it's not just Download that does it. It's Bloodstock. You know, there's not many. There's probably a lot of bands on there that you've never heard of, or the majority of people have never heard of. You know, but yeah, going back to Download, I hope. So what I'm going to do, I still have the document of when we were going through every day and every band and how many monthly listeners they have. I'm going to do it for next year and add all of the monthly listeners up, and obviously it should be more.
Oh, and see, okay,
but if they are getting, I mean, I hope I'm wrong. If they are getting lesser known bands to play, it might be about the same amount of listeners. We'll see.
I'm up for anything different for the headliners. I'm not up for Metallica doing 2 sets because I think that's fucking stupid.
I wonder if they can go back on that, because apparently they've confirmed it. That there's definitely going to happen. And if they see that everybody hates it, because I don't think anybody wants it, I wonder if they can actually go back on the contract, or if they would.
I mean, because then you do feel like you're being robbed a bit.
Yeah.
When you're paying that much money to see the same band twice. I personally don't think that they would do it. I think it's absolute bollocks, but hey, who am I? Just a guy doing a podcast, so you never know. But yeah, okay, cool. Right, Josh, shall we wrap it up? Do you want to wrap it up for put a nice bow on it? Put a nice bow on it for everyone else?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I want to talk about. Just a couple of minutes about what's coming up, actually. Before we wrap this up. So, because obviously it's coming to the end of festival season, and we're gonna try and go for the rest of the year until next Download. So we're gonna try and find the things to talk about. We've definitely got an episode about RIP coming up. I haven't spoken to you actually about it, but I saw a big post ranting about the disabled access, the disabled areas for Download this year. So I was thinking about messaging them and saying, "Well, do you want to come and talk to us about that?" You know, there's going to be positives in there as well. I'm sure it's not just going to be a Download bashing episode. But I mean, that's something we've never discussed as well. We've never explored what kind of things they have in the disabled, what they get, what the good things and the bad things. So it'll be a good insight.
That'll be cool.
I'm sure there was a couple other things I was thinking about, but I'm hoping to get more guests on, more of the bands. I think I'm gonna try. We've spoken about it briefly before, but I want to try and get every band that's playing to be a guest on the show. I think that would be fucking cool. It'd be hard work.
Yeah.
But so it'd only be just like really quick, sort of 15, 20-minute interview, maybe half an hour. But once we start getting the smaller bands, we can pressure the big bands like Iron Maiden and say like, oh, everybody else has done it. Come on. You're just letting the team down now.
Oh, come on.
But
yeah, we'll do it. We've got loads of, I haven't got them to hand, but I've got loads of ideas for all the stuff coming up.
Yeah.
So me and Adam are going to put our heads together and come up. We did last time. We come up with so many like cool episodes, like all the stuff we spoke about, all the Spotify stuff, talking about like contracts and unsigned bands and all that sort of stuff. We've got so many awesome ideas. And yeah, we can't wait to sort of talk to them about you. But what the next episode is going to be the Bloodstock review, right?
Yep.
So yeah, so if you're listening to this, Bloodstock's already happened. Obviously, next episode coming up will be the Bloodstock review, and I guess we'll probably have some news and some other things to talk about.
Awesome. But yeah, so the main take from that is it's not going to get boring. If anything, we're just going to get better, even though it's going to be the festival off season. So don't go anywhere. Still tell your friends about us, just because we just want to grow as much as we can. It's good to talk about music. I've just enjoyed this last year and a bit, just sitting and talking to you about music, which I haven't done for such a long time.
It's been great,
and it's been nice, yeah. So yeah, what else have we got? We got we're on all the social medias. Come and join us on social media. You said earlier in the episode, if you want to email us about anything you want, just any general feedback, tell us how amazing you think we are. I've blown my own horn again. Sorry, sometimes I can't help it. And yours. I'll blow both of our horns.
Do it.
But yeah, any topics you want to hear us talk about, you can email us. If you want to come on the show, if you want to talk about something in particular that you haven't heard us talk about yet, just let us know. Anything you want, Come and join us on Discord, like we said earlier. Simon, do you want to plug your stuff again? I know, well, you've done YouTube. You want to do that one again, and then everything else, your Instagram?
Yeah, come holler at me on YouTube. By the time you listen to this, I should have my Far Peak Camping vlog up, possibly my Bloodstock one up as well. So come Simon Bond on YouTube and add me on Fonzie_Simon on Instagram if you want to, be part of my socials.
Awesome. And well, yeah, that's we've been Dear Download then, and that's it for this episode. So it's goodbye from Simon.
Goodbye.
And goodbye from me. Goodbye.